Yo guys, how's it going? Cobra1386 here and welcome back to another custom LEGO minifigure review. Today we are reviewing minifigures from the Arrow TV series. And as you can see we have 6 figures today. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first up here we have the Arsenal figure. This is the character as played by Roy Harper in the earlier seasons of the show. So he's in the red suit with the red mask. The printing on the torso I think quite well represents the way the suit looks. Then he comes with a black bow. However, this figure, unlike the other 2 archers in this set, does not have a quiver with him, which I think is a bit of a shame. But you can always use a LEGO quiver or buy yourself a spare one. And if we turn it sideways, you can see it just uses the standard black bow and there is no arm printing on these figures. And then there's the printing on the back of the torso, following virtually exactly the same design as the front. And then going back to the front, you can see he does have an alternate face expression, which is a more angry face than the other one. Next up here, we have the black Canary figure. Now, all the figures in this are from earlier on in the series, so if you're watching it, you will know that this is the Sarah Lance version of the figure, not the Laurel Lance version. And you can also see this, if we turn the face around, you can see that she has a alternate expression without the mask and the blue eyes, which Sarah Lance has in the series. And then moving on to the torso, I think on this torso, it perfectly represents how the suit looks. The printing and the detail on it is brilliant, and then the legs also have some basic outline printing to show how they continue as part of the suit. Turning the figure sideways here, you can see that she has the 2, they're like shorter versions of the LEGO lightsaber piece, but in like a grey, to represent, I think they're nightsticks that she uses. Correct me if I'm wrong on what their technical name for them are. But yeah, that we use them for the weapons that she uses in the show. And then as we turn around, you can see the printing on the back of the torso. And I'll just move the head and hair out the way so you can get a better look at that. If you've been keeping up with the show, you'll also know that Sarah Lance now has a white outfit and is known as the White Canary instead of the Black Canary. And I think it'd be cool to get a version of that figure to go along with these, but I haven't seen one online yet. If you have and know where I could find one, please do let me know in the comment section below. Next up we have Oliver Queen, or the Green Arrow, or Arrow, depending whereabouts in the series you are. And this is, again, it's the earlier version of his costume. I really like the stubble printing on the face here. Just go ahead and remove the hood quickly so you can get a better look at the printing of the face of this figure. And turn the head round so you can have a look at the more stern alternate facial expression. If we turn the figure sideways here, you can see he also has the Hawkeye style bow. However, this one is moulded rather in a dark green as opposed to in the black. I think it suits the figure a bit more, and it is, I believe in the show his bow does have a slight green tint to it, so it is slightly more accurate. And you can also see here that there is some printing on the lower part of the arm on this figure, and it's like, I think they're like spare darts, almost like tranquilizer darts, but I could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure what they are, and I can't remember if he has them on his sleeve earlier on in the show. I'll probably go back and check and have a look after this. And then he has what looks like the tail feathers of an arrow printed on the lower half of the other sleeve, and again I'm not entirely sure if he has that on the show or not. Turning round to the back of the figure, we can see he does have a quiver, again moulded in that dark green colour. So as I said, this figure and the Malcolm Merlin figure, which we'll get onto later, have the quivers. However, the Arsenal figure does not. And then if we just move that out the way, we can have a look at the printing on the back, which continues the straps from the front onto it and continues the dark green and then the light green contrasts on the top and the bottom of the figure. Next up here we have the Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, however you want to say it. I believe it's said both ways in the show, so I'm not entirely sure what the correct pronunciation of it is. But the detailing on this figure is great. It's probably one of my favourites out of this set of figures. Just the way that the robes flow from the torso and through onto the legs, I think is done really well. And they've even got like the gold lines inside, the thicker gold down the edges. Just the detailing on the front of this torso is amazing, and you can also see like the chainmail effect on the shirt inside the outer robes there. I think the face on this figure, I don't know what it is, something about it looks just a little bit off. I don't know if it's maybe because it hasn't got any pupils in the eyes as such. They're just like a solid colour. But it is reasonably close to how Ra's al Ghul looks in the series. If you go ahead and turn it round, you can see that he comes with an alternate angry expression. And this figure does come with a silver sword, which we can see the design of a bit more accurately from the side here. I think it is quite well representing the style of sword which he uses in the series. Now turning the figure around, you can see this is the only figure in the set that comes with a cape. Now, I think this is an interesting choice because he does have the kind of a big coat that he wears in the series, but he doesn't really have a cape as such. I think maybe like a just a cape piece like the Captain Boomerang figure has in the darker green would have been more representative of the sort of clothing he wears in the series. But if we just move that out the way for a second and have a look at the printing on the back of the torso, it is just as good as the printing on the front. Keeps up all the detailing on the figure with all like the gold embroidery on his clothes. And for those of you who haven't seen my Suicide Squad video, I will put a link up at the end of this video. But here's a quick look at the Captain Boomerang figure to show the cape style, which I mean by the one I described earlier. And just quickly from the side and the back. Next up here we have the Deathstroke figure. Now this figure is probably my second favourite out of the set, again because of the detailing on the figure, and he is one of my favourite characters in the show. I haven't seen the most recent show series of Arrow, so I'm not 100% sure if he shows up, but I have heard rumours that Deathstroke does show up in this next season. So if you have seen it, please don't put any spoilers in the comments because I haven't seen it yet. Thank you. Now, moving on to the actual minifigure. I think the way the face on this figure is been done really well. Just the way you've got like the highlights around the eyes and kind of across where the nose would be. And the split between the two colours is done really well. I like the way that it's kind of a darker silver as opposed, because it's all on a black head. I believe in the show it is the darker silver, but like in the comics it's a blacker colour. And then moving on to the torso, you can see he's got like all the armour plating with the purple inside, like the grey outlines, and then all the pouches across on the strap. And then the legs have again more straps and armour plating on the knees with the orange accents on there. This figure actually came with two weapons. He comes with a sword, as you can see here, and then a gun, which I'll show you when I show you the other arm. And then you can see he has the shoulder pad armour printed on both arms with the light silver and then like the purple along the bottom of it. And the same on the other side, and here you can get a better look at like the almost Uzi style minigun which this figure comes with. If I just move the arm out the way, you can see this figure does actually have side printing on his legs as well as the arms, and you can see on this side he's got the continuation of the straps from the front going round. Then he's got a gun holster on his right hand leg, and on the left hand side he has another additional pouch. Moving on to the back of the figure, you can see the back of the torso has the continuation of the armour platings, but on the back it doesn't have the purple inside the armour plates like the front does. And then moving further down, you can see he has the printing on the back of the legs as well, which is quite unusual for a minifigure. I quite like that. It's quite a good detail to add. And then on the back of the head, you can see he has the split of the orange and the dark silver again. And then like the little, almost like a ribbon tie. And here we have the last figure of the set, which is Malcolm Merlin in his League of Shadows outfit. He's in like the grey and black, which all the assassins in the show wear, well, almost all of them. And then he's got his black kind of mouth mask piece. And you can see he's got like the belts and straps on his torso with the silver buckles and the like silver studs on the straps, and then the pocket on the top part of the torso there. And then the grey robes continue really smoothly between the torso and down onto the top half of the legs. Now moving around to the side of the figure, you can see he also has a black Hawkeye style bow, and there is no arm printing on this figure. Then moving around to the back of the figure, you can see he has a quiver moulded in the black, much the same as the Green Arrow figure had, moulded in the dark green. And now if we remove the quiver and the hood, you can have a look at the reverse side facial expression, which removes the mouthpiece from the face. And then he has all of the straps and pockets with the black studs on them yet again, and no leg printing on this figure. So there we have it. This has been a review of these 6 custom LEGO Superheroes minifigures from the Arrow TV series. If you're a fan of the show, I definitely recommend picking up these figures. They're all great minifigures and are accurate to the characters in the show. And yeah, if you like this video, please do leave a like. It helps me out a lot and lets me know which videos you like more. And if you're new, subscribe for more videos just like this one. So this has been Cobra1386. And I'll see you guys in the next video.